I went to the rally against Bill 6 at the Alberta Legislature on Friday. For those of you that don't know, Bill 6 is Rachel Notley's latest attack on rural Alberta. It extends labor regulation, including child labor laws, workers' compensation coverage, and unionization rights to farm workers and farm families. Farming's not a 9-to-5 job. It's not even a job. It's a way of life. And farmers don't want to be told how to farm by government bureaucrats using a labor union law masquerading as farm safety legislation that farmers never even asked for. Rachel Notley is ramming this bill through at breakneck speed. She wants it passed before the end of the fall sitting in the legislature. And she's doing that by not giving adequate consultation to the farmers and ranchers this bill will harm. Sure, she says she's having community meetings, but half of those meetings will happen after the bill is passed. What good does that do? That's just lip service, and farmers aren't stupid. They won't fall for this. So on Friday afternoon, they took to the legislature to tell Rachel Notley to kill Bill 6. There were plenty of signs. There were ponies. There was even a turkey. But more importantly, there were farm families that came to fight for their way of life. There were some pretty impassioned speeches. One even made my glasses fog up a little bit. I had the privilege of talking to some of these concerned farmers and ranchers. I talked to Clayton McKinney from Ponoka, Alberta. He's in 4-H Beef Club and he knows Bill 6 will change that. Here.
If this bill gets passed, then there won't be a 4-H because it regulates anyone under 12 to do work, and even then it's only for 2 hours. So you couldn't even do sale day.
But Clayton even has the answers for the NDP. And why shouldn't he? He's got more farming experience than the entire NDP caucus. Here.
If they could relax it for, I say like a big commercial farm, by all means should have a little bit of that, but a little family farm where we can't even hire people to work, I don't see how that's fair.
Look out, Brian Jean. Clayton wants your job one day. Then I spoke to Lance Gablehouse. He's a 5th-generation farmer from Holden about how Bill 6 will change his life. Here.
We wouldn't be able to help the neighbors out. Neighbors wouldn't be able to help us. The cost of everything would be a lot more, and it just would make things a lot more difficult for people to carry on.
I spoke to Cameron Birkbeck from Mayerthorpe. He gave an emotional speech earlier on the steps of the legislature. He told me how he resents Bill 6. Here.
For them to be able to come into my farm, the land we own, and tell us that we're working too many hours or that all of a sudden our kids can't go without past a 50-foot radius of the house, it's ridiculous. These aren't businesses. These are farms and homes. This is where our whole lives are.
Dana Brown from Stavely told me he's here to fight for farm kids. Here.
If there's one fight I have to have in my life, it's for the right of farm kids to be farm kids.
Freedom-fighting farmer and Wildrose MLA Rick Strankman took to the microphone. Strankman was instrumental in getting the Canadian Wheat Board killed through his act of civil disobedience. He assured the crowd he would fight to change the law, just like he fought for farmers before. Here.
What we are going to try and do is to, in that building, stop or get the law changed. That's what we did with the Canadian Wheat Board federal legislation. We got the law changed.
Finally, I met Charles LaForge. He drove 6 hours from Fort Vermilion, and he isn't even a farmer. He's just pretty well had it with Rachel Notley. Here.
I'm here for more than just Bill 6. I'm here for everything that the NDP is actually doing wrong.
Now, I went to this rally to listen to farmers, which is more than the NDP did before they wrote this bad bill. And the overwhelming theme today from the farmers is that this is about the future. It's about the future of the family farm in Alberta, and they aren't going to let it be stolen from them without a fight. And at The Rebel, we're in that fight with them. We have a petition to stop Bill 6 at savealbertafarms.ca. Share it widely, sign it. We need as many names as we can to prove to Rachel Notley she's wrong to push this law on our farmers. For TheRebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.